Hey, what's up everyone? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we are looking at my first ever SH Figuarts Kamen Rider purchase. Now I know nothing, almost nothing, as close to nothing as possible without being exactly nothing about Kamen Rider. I don't know anything about this character at all other than he looks awesome. His name is apparently Alternative Zero, or maybe that's his designation, not actually a name. I don't know. But that's what the back of the package looks like. So you get some posing ideas. I don't really know. I don't even see if it says Kamen Rider anywhere on the package, so it might not technically be. I don't know. But it's a really cool figure, and I'm using it for a custom, so that's why I got it. And it looks like it's going to work just dandy for what I need. The details and the quality on this guy are really awesome, so I'm pretty excited to use it. He stands about 6 3/4 inches tall. Slightly different articulation than the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z figure, so if you're new to the Kamen Rider line, really the only major difference is going to be found in the hips. Everything else is pretty similar. Same thing with the Power Rangers line. Everything's just about the same except for the hips. So you're not really going to be in for too much of a surprise. You can know what to expect for the most part just on what you've purchased already. He does come with a good amount of hands. He has 2 fist hands, but I already took one of the fists off. Let's see where the other one is. So he has 2, that's not a fist, 2 fist hands. Really nice detail on the hands with the sculpting and the paintwork. So 2 fists, 2 open hands, really nicely sculpted. If you can tell I'm talking a little bit funny, it's because I'm freezing. It's really cold right now. And then he has 2 open hands for holding things, or gripping hands I guess I should say. Here's another open hand for a pose. Here's a hand for holding his little, that's not it, that's another open hand. There's 2 more open hands for gripping hands, and then here's the hand for holding the little card thingies. So you can put that between the thumb and the index finger. Speaking of card thingies, he comes with one inside of his belt. And like I said, I don't know anything about Kamen Rider, so don't bother correcting me. Or if you want to, go ahead. Actually, please do. It can't hurt to tell me what these things are specifically. But this one is sculpted. It actually has some depth and detail to it. At least on this side. On the back side, it's just blank. But on this side, it's sculpted and has some pretty cool looking details. So that goes in there, but also it comes with these, which are not sculpted. You get about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like 5 of them. I'm not going to bother taking them out right now, but these are just flat with printing on them, no detail at all. So I guess those just slide right in like the other ones do. I don't know. Or like this one, not the other ones, plural. But that looks pretty cool in there. But he won't have that when we use him for a custom. And then his last accessory is this sword thingy, which is really just a bunch of spikes, but it's cool, and it's decent size too. It's as big as he is almost, so pretty nice. So as you can see, the sculpt work and the paint work on this guy is top notch. There's tons of detail throughout all of him. Every little bit is sculpted. Nothing is just a flat paint job. The only thing that's a flat paint job is the stripes that go down the sides that say Trial Prototype 00. So that's all flat. That's just a paint application. Everything else, though, if you see color, it has sculpt detail to accentuate that. So that is much appreciated by me. As far as the articulation goes, the head is on a double ball peg, and then the neck is on one also. So pretty good range of motion for the head. Of course, being that he has like this helmet on, it's a little bit limited, but definitely good enough still. These little shoulder pads do have a hinge to them. They don't have the greatest range of motion, but they do help to fill in some poses, so that's okay. The shoulders themselves are ball pegs that go into the torso. They have that kind of cup to fill in the gap, but it has a really good range of motion that way. Then we have the ball hinge for the shoulder itself. As far as I can tell, the shoulder pad is actually just part of the shoulder sculpt. I mean, it might be glued on, but it doesn't have an actual hinge. But the arm does, so that's pretty good. Then we have the bicep swivel built in right there, double jointed knees, as we know from just about every other SH Figuarts that I've ever reviewed. Did I say knee? I might have said knee. I'm losing my mind again, guys. It's an elbow, in case you were wondering if I said knee. If I didn't say knee, and I just brought it up for no reason, then we have other issues altogether. The hand, we have ball hinges, just like we've seen on, like I said, all of the other SH Figuarts. So ball hinge, it swivels at the top and the bottom and has the hinge, so that's pretty nice. And you can get the hand in pretty well. There's no big gap if you don't want one. And you can also pull it out just a little bit, like that, and that'll give you a little bit more posability. So that's up to you. The upper torso, the articulation's quite limited. I believe it's a double ball peg, but I haven't popped it apart to check, but it is really quite limited for the upper torso. There's almost no range of motion at all, just a little bit of wiggle room. The lower torso has much more range of motion. I believe that's just a single ball peg, but it has the waist twist and side to side, front to back, all that good stuff. So it's not so bad. I wish the upper torso had a little bit more, and since I'm using this for a custom, I'm gonna try to give him a little bit more in there, but we'll see how that goes. The belt is a separate piece, just like on Goku or Piccolo or Gohan or pretty much any of the DBZ guys, so that's just a separate piece that kind of covers the gap. The hips are different than past SH Figuarts reviews that I've done. They have a swivel for going forward and backward. Pretty good range of motion, not great, but definitely good enough for some cool posing. And then there's a hinge that's actually on that ball, it's not really a ball, but on that hip piece where it lets the leg go up. The hip itself doesn't move. It stays in place, and then the leg swings on a hinge up to the side. So that's a pretty nice design. I don't mind it. If it wasn't for this armor plating that he has, the range of motion would be better, but it's still pretty darn good, and it will definitely be enough to get him in some nice poses. You can pretty much make him do the splits, so that's pretty good. I don't know how much people are going to want to put him in the splits, but you can do it. He has double jointed knee, almost comes all the way around if it wasn't for the sculpt, of course. So the range of motion is not really hindered, it's just natural, so that's fine by me. And then the ankles are ball hinges, so they swivel at the top and the bottom, so you can use it as an ankle rocker if you want to, or you can just rotate the foot around. Because of the way it's pegged in, it pretty much has an ankle rocker without spinning that ball hinge all the way around. And then lastly, we have a really nice toe hinge. So that's pretty good. I think I'm going to try to encourage some of my customers who have me use the import figures as base bodies. I'm going to encourage them to use Kamen riders from now on, just because I really do like the way SH Figuarts puts these figures together. They're really nicely done, and you really can't beat them for the price. I do like the Figma figures like Cobra. That was a good one to work with, but this I think is also quite nice. We're actually, after getting this guy, I talked to my customer and we decided to actually keep a lot more of the base figure as it is, just because it's so darn nice. And so I said, hey, I mean, we can use a lot of this guy as it is, so we can knock the price down a little bit and still end up with a pretty awesome looking figure. So let's try doing that. And he said, yeah, he was good with that. I imagine having the price lowered was some incentive, but still, it is a really cool figure, and I'm happy to feature it in a custom. Alright guys, so there it is. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.